Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. A little late there on the upkeep because I was playing I was playing harmonica. It's important. It gets the throat lubricated. I actually have a feeling that it probably does the opposite, and every time I play harmonica before I stream, it probably makes it worse, but I like to think it makes it better. I really also just really like the harmonica. I've got the shittiest harmonica in the world, but I'm getting pretty good at it. Not gonna... I still got starting. Yeah, I forgot that I still haven't changed the countdown screen to something other than starting. It's supposed to, I mean, look, it's supposed to say starting now, but when it's doing the countdown, it doesn't line up right. I gotta, like, change the orientation. It would take, like, a minute, and I'm just not gonna do it. Let's get the game going. We're playing some more SOMA. The most highbrow game I have in my Steam library. Actually, I don't own it on Steam. I got it on Google Games, but that's because I'm only that much more high IQ. Welcome back to SOMA. If you missed it last time, here's some spoilers for you. You're welcome. We've came to the realization that the main character is literally a man trapped in a woman's body. Kind of. It's not really a man, because it's just his brain scan, so it's kind of like a machine trapped in a man. Well, I guess it's like a man's brain trapped in a computer chip of a man. Well, no, it's just a computer. It's like a man's brain trapped in a computer chip trapped inside of a woman. Which, you know, that's kind of what's got me interested in the game still. It's like, I don't know what it's starting to pick up a little bit. Parts of it are starting to get scarier. I really saved in a good location, didn't I? Parts of it are starting to get scarier. Parts of it are starting to get more interesting. Let me adjust my chair here. And I'm just really curious where it's gonna go. Why is my taskbar visible? It's not visible on the stream, and I don't know how to fix it. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Pretty sure we came from this direction, but anyway, yeah, like I'm somewhat interested in where this game is gonna go. Enough to where I think we're just gonna finish it. It should pick up quite a bit from here on out. Good. Good. If there's gonna be some sort of like... I mean, basically, if you introduce a fucking robot tranny plotline, you've gotta go one of two directions, right? Either you gotta make your game amazing and have some really interesting shit about what it would be like to literally, like, not some demented tranny shit, but like literally be a man trapped in a woman's body, or you've got to make it the dumbest schlock on Earth. And either way is good. Like, that's what I want. You know, I just want entertainment. I'm just, you know, I need to change my audio setup here. It should be fine on your end. It's not fine on my end. You know, I'm just a sucker for entertainment. I just want something that keeps me entertained. Now, I have a high standard, so there's not much that does that, but, you know, I can work with garbage. Garbage works better than mediocrity. I don't know what this does. Oh. Emergency flush. What? Okay, see, already this game is getting better. Also, I should have used the butthole. Well, why is mine... Didn't plug the headphones in all the way. But yeah, I definitely have higher hopes for this game now that it's starting to pick up. Definitely, I mean, unless the game picks up to an extreme, there's no way it's going to be better than Amnesia, which is like, yeah, they got a lot to live up to. Oh no, it's a dead body. How shocking. That's the first one of those I've seen. By the way, presumably we look just like this, except with tits.
Holy shit, Hart blew up the O2 surplus. She sealed the tunnel.
She really didn't want anchors following us to Omicron.
Ah, shit, she's fucking hurt. Her suit is leaking.
We have to get her to Omicron.
My chair is sinking.
It's
I really
bad,
need to...
real bad.
I need to fix this. I'm just fucking lazy. I'm not gonna fix any of this shit. If garbage suits you, you should try out the shit games I got you. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna do that. I'm contractually obligated. But, I'm not gonna do that right away. I'm gonna wait, you know, until October's over. I can't play things that aren't scary during October, other than the slight occasional respite. What is it? Why have I just entered into Disneyland? What's the music? Those landmines? My vision's fuzzy. I seem to be fading into 2D.
Let's find Omicron.
Like my 3D glasses are starting to go bad. I'm starting to see everything twice a little bit. Am I? You know what I mean? Doesn't it kind of look like that? Like the lights are, yeah, you can see the red and the blue. My 3D glasses are starting to desync. Or I've just forgot to put them on for this movie. Didn't realize it was a 3D movie. Went into Spy Kids 3D, not realizing I needed to bring my own glasses. I think that's because we're low on health. Are these supposed to be mines? I thought they were mines, but then I look at them and they look just kind of like there's nothing in there. Huh. Power failure. Yeah, but what is this? Would you consider the first BioShock as scary or funny? I don't think either. That one's just good. That's also an option, you know, like, it does. I'm talking about horror games generally. I wouldn't consider BioShock a horror game. It's occasionally scary, but it's more of just like a good atmospheric first-person shooter, you know? Kind of like Fear. I mean, Fear's got fear in the title, but I wouldn't really describe it as like a horror game. Like, for the first bit of the game is not scary. It's like once you get to the invisible enemies that it gets really fucking scary. But before that, it's like just a really good fucking shooter, like one of the best ever made. And I don't know, unless you, does that say suck station? Unless you just consider that it changed genres partway through the game, which you know, it could do that. Then I think it's just more accurate to call it a first-person shooter. Cause, I mean, it's not like you're usually, I don't know, I never beat Fear, so don't take my word.
Hope they saved me a diving suit.
Don't take my word, like, as gospel here.
Hey, come on! Open up! What is this shit? Armor for the apocalypse?
Omicron is in quarantine. This is why they didn't answer our call.
Hello?
Christ, Strasky, it's called a radio.
I was just gonna say, I'm happy they pointed that out. I was just gonna say, why is he screaming? It's a radio. Can't hear you underwater. But they addressed that.
I know you're all right. Jonesy?
There are a few things I'm wondering if they will address, speaking of which.
Fuck's sakes. Let's try the annex again. Maybe we can break in.
We're losing Jonesy. We need to get her inside.
Well, get in line!
Alvaro, there's nothing we can do for her right now. Hit the stasis switch and let's check the annex.
Like, there's a few things I'm kind of wondering if they'll come up, because they've introduced some concepts that, like, you could do a lot with them, right? Like I'm kind of wondering, is it gonna come up again that we're trapped in a woman's body? Is it gonna come up again that we're just trapped in someone else's body? Like, get rid of the tranny thing, just the fact that we're in someone else's body, which kind of maybe makes some plot holes. When you consider some of this shit, are we gonna have to do 3D platforming? Good. I love that. Oh, that's really good.
Where am I going? This isn't safe.
Is that a real warning, or is that just you making conversation? What I was gonna say. I'm wondering about, like, earlier on, like, okay, so apparently we've been in a woman's body this entire time. Like, ever since past the prologue at the beginning, we have been inside of a woman's body, which was also inside of a diving suit, and I guess we might be the diving suit? It's not really clear on that one, because we're not a person. We're just a brain scan in probably a computer chip. So, like, we might be, you know, you can see our arms here, our skinny little lady arms. We might be in the diving suit. We're just a chip. But then, earlier in the game, it said the reason we didn't notice that we were a robot... Oh, this doesn't work. Okay, cool. The reason we didn't notice was because we, How do you... What was I gonna say? I had a point there. Oh, it was because our brain was just using the stimuli as best it knew how, right? Like our brain was adapting, and it was just giving us the same 5 senses, even though we have more than 5 senses. It was giving us the same shit just like normal, because otherwise our brain would just, you know, like shut down. You know, it would be too unfamiliar to be a robot, so they just use what it's got. Which doesn't make sense if we're a robot, because that means we don't have a brain. So that's kind of bullshit. I was thinking about that one. It kind of doesn't make any fucking sense. But then you think about it some more, and now we found out we do have a brain, but it's not ours. So what is that telling me, right? Like, did we hijack this brain, and now our brain scan is operating inside of this other person's brain? Can that happen? Am I dead? I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm dead. Well, goodbye. And then also just like, you know, some other questions. If the explanation, am I still going? All right. Yeah, but why? Why'd you show me that? Why this scary... The scary stuff made sense when I died to, like, an enemy, but when you fall off a cliff, it doesn't really make sense to show me all that scary bullshit, but okay. I was gonna say, just more things that don't make sense with this. Missed a ladder.
Right.
Oh.
Let's find Omicron.
There's more things that don't make sense. Like, we've been a woman this whole time, and we haven't noticed? Right? Like, apparently our senses are working the same as normal because our brain, which we don't have, is compensating for the fact that it is inside of a robotic body, which it isn't. It's actually inside of a normal body. But if we take all of that, right, and we just assume that, like, okay, you know, whatever, that's fine, I accept that, then there's still the question of, like, how do we not notice we were in a woman's body, right? Like, even if you just put someone's brain in someone else's body, they'd pretty quickly fucking notice that they were in someone else's body. The brain wouldn't compensate by saying, oh, you were just gonna assume it's your body, because the brain wouldn't work if we didn't, you know what I mean? It's stupid. Like, like, imagine someone cut your dick off overnight and you didn't notice because they put you in under anesthesia or something, and you woke up. Your brain wouldn't just be like thinking you have a dick and you look down and you see it because your brain's trying to make up for you being, you know, you don't want to go crazy. I mean, yeah, there's phantom limb syndrome, but you don't actually think you have the limb. I don't know if this guy has an extreme case of phantom dick syndrome, but I don't know. I'm just saying, there's a few things I'm kind of wondering about. None of this works. Really should have healed back there. Warning, before flushing, make sure to open valves and turn on the pump. Open valves. That button doesn't work. Okay. Well, I have not opened the valves. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Are you gonna get Red Dead Redemption 2? Probably not. Just because I never beat Red Dead Redemption 1. Also, is Red Dead Redemption 2 gonna be on PC? Because if not, then definitely I'm not gonna get it. You know? I liked the first Red Dead, but I just never beat it. I don't know. I only rented it. I don't really look forward to a lot of new games, to be honest. I don't even, like, pay attention to what games are coming out or not coming out or any of that. Like, I just ignore it, and then when a new game comes out and people say it's good, I just take it as, like, a pleasant surprise. Like, oh, wow. Still making video games? I thought those were gone. I thought I just had to play all the old ones. Oh, neat. So, like, I'll just wait until Red Dead Redemption is like $5 on Steam if it comes out on PC. You know? See, now these butthole healers seem to not do anything. I don't know if that's because I realized I was a woman, so now it just feels natural sticking my hand in someone's butthole, or like what the philosophical reasoning behind this was. Because before, Jimmy was getting mad at me for using all these butthole healers and not realizing that everything was going wrong whenever I used one, and it was clearly like a give and take. Like, yeah, you can use them to heal, but it's not always the best idea because it can fuck things up. They just threw that out the window. That's not a thing anymore. I used that asshole and nothing happened. Except I have more health.
I'm not getting anything.
What?
I can't read him like the others.
I don't understand why I can read anyone, really, but maybe that's because he didn't die connected to some machinery or something.
Catherine?
What?
I can't move.
There you are.
Where are
Can't
we?
move. Something's
We're
gonna
right next
happen.
to Omicron.
This guy's gonna
Small
like
building
stand up or
connected to the
something,
main
because
site.
otherwise they would
Can't
let me
you tell?
move, I think.
No, my view is pretty limited. There's some heavy restrictions on my system access. Did you find a power suit?
Not yet. Trying to figure out how to get into Omicron, the big building.
Oh, okay. Keep up the good work.
That's it? You got nothing?
Good luck.
Thanks.
What a bitch.
Kath, how are you so okay with all this?
With what?
Being a talking box, for one thing. Not being human.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, at least I've got some girl's body that
You're
I
not
took.
bothered at all by not having a body?
I'm getting there. You're making me feel really self-conscious.
Come on, be serious.
I never felt that comfortable being human
Oh,
in
wait.
the first place. This isn't much worse.
This might be important.
Not being able to move would freak me out. Glad you got the box and not me.
I need to compare this. Okay, here we go.
Body, but you're doing a good job.
Just figured being able to stretch a little would give you some ease.
My physical constraints don't translate to my experience very well. I feel about as human as before, but as if suspended in air. Which is kind of interesting now that I think about it.
Then work.
Kath, why do you think I was made? Why would this AI, the WoW, bring me here?
I don't think we could ever know. I have my own beliefs, but nothing that can be verified.
Tell me, why do you think the WoW brought me here?
The WoW had a range of assignments.
Hey!
One single idea.
All right, let's
Preserve humanity. When the
let's wait for
comet hit
this
the
to
Earth,
finish.
killing everything, leaving a fraction of humanity left alive, the WoW started to compensate.
It's restoring humanity.
I think so, but I don't think we share its definition of human. Or life, for that matter.
Okay. Radio buffer.
River,
Oh,
do
cool.
we have any painkillers left? This tinnitus is becoming crippling.
Sorry.
Tinnitus? I don't think it's pronounced tinnitus,
I'll
right?
take it. Feels like my head is about to explode.
Am I wrong about that? Isn't it tinnitus?
Besides, Cameron thinks the ringing will settle when JR reaches 100%.
Then tell him to hurry the fuck up.
Should be a matter of hours. Just hang in there.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, well, I have this thing I need to take care of.
Does anyone else think audio logs are one of the laziest fucking things in video games? Can you move that body? No, I can't. No, don't do that.
Here we do. Company policy. It records your vitals to help medical personnel treat you in case of accidents.
That's how I can hear the dead.
Right. Yeah, you should be able to data mine black boxes, just like the intercom at Theta.
Oh. I think they stole that from, what, there's a
There
password?
has to be a way to cancel the lockdown. Have a look around the room.
I think they stole that from Nier Automata? Black boxes inside of people? Even though Nier Automata came out later? Black... What?
Did you do that, Catherine?
Huh?
What?
Never mind.
Well, I guess it's
I
9909.
think I solved it.
Solved what?
Why do I get the feeling that we just got lowered into the back of a van?
What are you talking about?
Rock CDs? Free rock CDs? Works for me. Probably there's some sort of evil entity inside of there, and that's the reason it was quarantined, because you don't just fucking quarantine it for no
We want to
reason.
go inside. What's the problem?
And that's what's letting us go in.
Come on, let's get going.
I don't think that's how tinnitus works. I don't think this whole game understands how anything works. Honestly, I don't know if it's got a good understanding of, like, anything. I was gonna say, though, audio logs, are those not the laziest shit in any game? Like, I know BioShock did it, and BioShock's a masterpiece, so therefore they must be okay, but they're not. They're really bad. I wish people would just stop fucking doing them. Because it's like, we've got some story that we'd like to show the player here. We could express it through gameplay. We could do a cutscene. We could do all these different ways that we've been doing it for years on how to, you know, express the story. We're just gonna have it to where you have to stand around and listen to audio. You have no it's worse than a cutscene, because a cutscene you have video, and audio. These audio logs, you have just audio. You have to sit there and wait. You just have to open. And BioShock did it better, because BioShock, they're optional. You know, it's all just, you want to find out more about the lore? Here are these little files hidden around. You know, here's stuff that we wanted to do in the game, but we couldn't work it into the game. You know, obviously it still would have been better if they just fucking worked it in. But they couldn't do that. You know, one reason or another they couldn't do that, they didn't do that. Fine. You know, whatever. That's better than them just fucking laying them around, and you need to know this information to continue, so here you go. It's shit. They should stop doing that. It's a lazy... Amnesia didn't do that, I don't think. They had notes, but notes are better because notes you can control the speed of, too. You know, you can just skim it if you want. Like, okay, this is probably important, so I'll just skim and look for the good... You know, look for something important. Right? I can't skim an audio log, right? I can't fast forward. If they let you fast forward, I'd actually be a little more okay with it. Or if they give you a transcript, right? What if I'm deaf? I guess it'd be other problems if I was deaf. But still, like...
This had better be the right way.
2 for 1, it extends gameplay and it's easy as fuck. Literally just a script read out loud. Yeah, it's fucking boring as fuck too, you know? Like, the path of least resistance is not, like, usually the best path. You know? Maybe try a little bit more. I don't know. Audio logs are only good for lore. Yeah, I mean, they're fine for lore if it's, like, optional. You know, then it's okay. I would still prefer text, but the audio logs could make more sense. Not really. But they could, you know, maybe people who like lore can't read something. I don't know. I'm here, what did I miss? Well, you already know we don't have this character doesn't have a penis, so I think you're covered. Other than that, I've just been complaining. Which is kind of an interesting thing. It seemed like before this game was just kind of not that great, and I didn't have to explain that. It was just kind of evident that, like, it wasn't that scary. Not much was happening. That was some good lag. But now it's like the game's getting slightly more interesting, which is making me more critical of it. You know what I mean? Like, if it was just all shit, then I wouldn't have anything to say. Like, it's just, look for yourself. Like, I have to listen to this. I have no idea if this will be important or not. It was literally radio silence. I mean, like, I understand why they did that. It's because they're trying to introduce that some of these people don't have black boxes or whatever, so I can't listen in on them. But at the same time, it was literally just wasted my time. And this one's going to be the same thing. This is not as egregious, though, honestly. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those situations where, like, I knew that was going to be nothing, but I had to do it. Because you just have to do it. I mean, it's the same thing in BioShock where, like, you listen to all the audio logs. It doesn't matter. Like basically everyone who plays it, maybe not everyone, you know, some people skip cutscenes and shit like that, so they can just skip past the audio logs. But most of the time, you watch it anyway. You know, that's just what you do. And so, yeah, maybe you could say you're wasting your own time, but, like, I don't know, maybe this next one will be good. Some spooky bullshit is coming, like, very soon. You alive? He's alive. He's alive. He's alive. He's gonna get up. He's gonna stand up. He was waving his fingers at me. Trying to tickle my toes. What? Okay. Okay. See, like, this is getting better. This is getting to the point where, like, some of this shit is actually kind of spooky, you know, in a pretty classic way. Why is the game? I might have to stop the game and start it again because it's doing the lag. Yep. All right. This worked last time to get it to stop lagging, so let's just. I think audio logs where you can walk around and do shit are fine, like in Fallout 4, but lots of them is annoying. Well, that's one thing. Is there's a question of quantity. If you're doing them all the fucking time, you're just really slowing down the pace of the game. But then on top of that, it would still be better if you just gave me a fucking note. Alright? Maybe the occasional audio log. And you'd have to time it well. You know, like, give me an audio log in a situation where I can continue to do things that progress the gameplay. Don't give me an audio log in a situation where I have to sit around and wait for something to happen because I can't do two of these things at once, right? Which is what this game likes to do a lot. If I was, like, you know, traveling to a new location and at the same time an audio log was playing, whatever. It's fine. Whatever. I don't care. You go for it. I can walk and talk. No problem. Walk and listen. You ever played Manhunt? I've not, no. Is that the one that was, like, banned or something? Because there are, like, torture scenes in it? I haven't played it. Whatever it is, I haven't played it. But I think I know what you're talking about. Or am I thinking of something else? I know I haven't played it. To answer your question, no, I haven't. Is it good? Why? Should I try it out? Is it on PC? Oh, cool. I love... I forgot that this game has loading screens that don't continue until you want them to, which is just fine. That's not a complaint. I'm not complaining. I'm complaining about most of this shit, but not that one. That one's fine. I have no problem with that. It's a CAT scan. Alien technology CAT scan. It is kind of interesting, by the way, that the whole scan being its own thing. You know, like, I'm really wondering where they're gonna go with a lot of these themes, if you want to call them that. Like, we seem to be just a brain scan inside of a computer chip inside of the brain of some other woman. And it's just kind of, they haven't explained it any, well, never mind. I'll let it do its thing. But I'm just wondering where that's gonna go. Does that matter? Like, does it matter at all that we're playing as a man inside of a woman inside of a computer chip? Does that mean anything? Or is that just, you know, they included that so that the game wasn't just a mediocre horror game? Which, you know, maybe is a bit too quick to judge because it is getting better. But, like, is that gonna mean anything? It controls the same. I didn't notice I was a woman because it's not like I was weaker or something, you know. Power suits tested and ready. Omicron scans are in the arc. Loaded equipment and extra rations. Climber calibrated for weight. Crane operator ready. Omicron standing for pickup in 2 days. I know that I said I like text better, but, I mean, you could still make it a little more interesting. Haimatsu power suit, proper usage. I saw this earlier and I ignored it, so I'm just going to ignore it again. Yep, that's the crew. We've already seen that one. It's interesting that they're doing repeats, and that is the Japanese, or maybe also Chinese, symbol for water. Which has still also not been explained in any capacity. Why is everything in Chinese and no one speaks Chinese? Not one person. I mean, this girl is from Taiwan, but she seems pretty fucking white to me.
Everything is so.
She's got blue eyes. Like,
I hope it's not the Omnitool falling apart.
I don't know, man.
Okay, we need to find you a
Seems like they just added the Chinese shit because they saw it in Firefly and they thought it looked neat.
Do you think we'll find one that fits me? I mean, I'm kind of in a suit already.
Yeah, but you're a
That's
small little
already
woman,
too.
so...
You know how you were transferred from Vancouver?
Toronto.
From then to now.
How could I forget?
Okay, so we do it again.
You want to send me to the future?
No, you idiot. I want to transfer your mind into a new body.
What?
Look, we already know it can be done. We don't need to make it a big deal.
It is a big deal, Kath. It's a huge fucking deal. There's got to be something else that can take us down there.
But Dunbat at Theta was the only vessel that could take that pressure, and you saw what happened.
Then think of something else.
Simon, please. You don't have to switch this instant. Just play along for now. If we find something else, then great. If not...
I'm not promising anything.
Thank you, Simon. Have a look around the room. This is where they would keep the power suits, if there are any left.
Manhunt is actually on PC. It's really edgy and borderline grotesque for pretty much only shock value. That could be worth a laugh. That could be good. Is it allowed? Can you... Is there any ban against it? D. Oh. Blame it on my D, baby. Oh, yep, there's a body in there.
Nice.
Oh, let's just use her body. Wait a minute.
I found one of the power suits.
Let's just
There's
go
a
in her
dead woman
body.
Inside. At least I think it's a woman. Just like
It
the
is-
body we
yeah, it
found
is.
in the annex.
She's a little
missing her
ugly.
head.
Well, I can see what he
Gross.
means.
It's good work in our favor, though. Look for a terminal nearby. See if you can boot it up.
Yeah, let's just take another woman's body. The tales of the gender bender body snatcher. I think no one is as mongoloid as to not understand the story of a game through subtle scenes. Audio logs kill the enigma of a goodish plot. I agree 100%. It's just lazy, and basically anything else would be better. I would prefer cutscenes. And that should say something, because cutscenes are already lazy. Cutscenes are already taking you out of the game to watch a movie to explain what's going on in the game instead of just having it happen during the game. But that is a million times preferable to me technically having control, but I have to stand around and listen to someone speak at me. That's not a game. That's it just makes you more aware of the fact that you're not in control. At least you can skip a cutscene. You can if some games you can't. But if you can, then like there's no problem. I'm still in control. I can't skip this shit. Usually. Not really. I can't. You know what I'm saying. High pressure power suit guaranteed to withstand the temperature spanning from 50 Celsius to 75. I don't know. That's gobbledygook to me. What is that, like 50 cent? I don't know. Is that a lot? The suit will automatically shield the wearer from pressure and maintain the normal 1 ATM up to the depth of 5,000 meters. I mean, again, what is that, like 4 feet? The onboard controller monitors the wearer's physical state and is able to minimize risk of shock, hyperventilation, and even dehydration. The suit is easily assembled through rotating neck and wrist lock. See, you don't need to tell me this. I just saw it happen. I just saw them rotate it. Note that the joints won't seal unless the controller is able to identify a wearer through a set of sensory systems. Suits may be locked to specific personnel, but as a default, the suit will accept anyone. The controller is onboard computer monitoring pulse, brain activity, body temperature, and stress. Use this information to provide the wearer with the safest experience. Okay. There are some more suits up there, I guess. Activate D. Manhunt was banned in Australia.
great
Oh yeah,
aim,
the Australians do
Don't write out
ban
just
everything.
yet. Remember what we found out at Theta? The suit you are wearing is basically just a Cortex chip working
Yeah, so we are
with
just a chip.
structure gel,
Yeah.
powered by the on-suit battery pack.
And a dead colleague, Imogen Reed.
Exactly. If you think about it, we're actually incredibly lucky. We found a suit with an already...
I knew it. I called it.
I guess you're right. What about the WoW? What makes you think it'll play along?
It's not magic, it's algorithms. A set pattern. The WoW won't be able to deny us, even if it was capable of wanting to.
I'm still not crazy about this plan. It feels wrong.
Please, Simon, I can't give up on the Ark. I need this to work.
So we need a Cortex chip, structure gel, and a battery pack. That's one hell of a shopping list.
Why don't we just use
I'll
ours?
just hang around here if that's okay.
Wait, why don't we
We'll be
just
back.
use... I understand why you couldn't use the structure gel, but with that other shit, we've got that. Right? We are a Cortex chip. There's like nothing else to us. Why would we need another one? Who just opened that? I didn't open that, right? That was closed? Okay, well... Okay, good. I hate games that don't let you skip cutscenes. I used to be one of those people who didn't understand that. I used to be like, well, why did you skip cutscenes anyway? You know, you want to know what's going on. But then I realized, even if you want to know what's going on all the time, like even if you always are, you know, watch the cutscenes when you play through a game, you play through the game a second time,
Come on, we need to get a Cortex chip, a battery.
and now it's garbage, right? Like now it makes sense why. Oh yeah, I know exactly what these cutscenes are. You know, maybe I don't want to see them again, right? Maybe I just really like the game and I'm replaying it because I like the game, and so I'd like to skip the cutscenes. Maybe the cutscenes are garbage, and I know that because I've seen them already. So yeah, I agree. I do like it when they at least ask you though when you're trying to skip if you're sure. Because I've done that before in games where, like, I've had it before. I think it was in some RPG for, like, the PS2 or the 360 or something. I don't know. But I remember, like, there was a cutscene. I pressed a button, skipped it on accident, and... Can I take his chip? And, it didn't ask. It just skipped. And I hadn't saved recently, so I had to redo like an entire fucking area just to see that cutscene. And you know, like that's shit. Don't do that. Like, give me a. Are you sure? So we need. What do we need? Any room we don't need to go to is going to be locked anyway, so I don't think I really need to, like, scope out the map and look at, like, where we need to go. You know? Like, whatever we need is going to be accessible, and whatever we don't need is not going to be accessible. That's just how it's going to go. I'm pretty sure of that. Huh. Huh. This room does seem to be worthless, though, other than the map. Oh, override. Oh, I see. I still think Catherine is the bad guy. Maybe. Power room. System. Oh, okay. What? What did that say? Got the virus? Am I just trying to connect all of these, or is there some other... I think I did it. Yeah, okay. Was that a puzzle? Would you consider that a puzzle, or did I just play connect the dots? I think I just played connect the dots. That thing's moving, so we're just gonna ignore that for a second. Cortex chip diagnostics. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait, huh? Eject chip. Yeah, just... Oh. What? I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not... Oh. Wait, is this a puzzle? You just open them all up and it goes right through. Is that a... Or do you need it to go... Okay, you probably need something else. Do I need to also route it down? So I guess you need to do this. Well, wait. I can't have it go more than one direction. Yeah, I can't have it turn. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do with this. Oh, duh. Okay, we just have to hit them all, have to have all three hit the bottom, and that's what ejects it. Yep, I see. That's a Cortex chip? Okay. Well, one thing done. Easy. I think she's the female body you're in secretly and is trying to fool the player into doing everything she needs done without lifting nearly a finger. What? And okay. And so I don't know about that one. I think the part about her getting you to do things without her lifting a finger, that makes sense. Dude, I like your little motor. That's pretty neat. I like that. That's pretty cool looking. Well, if I just want to like stick my finger in there and or like stick a card in there and see if it makes little noises. Huh. Why do you have a cool. Stop the wow, it just told me. Alright, well, this is the oldest one, and this is the newest, so let's just...
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
End Tau, find Alpha, take the gel, Fey gel, to Alpha. I don't know what okay. Into the Abyss, take it to Alpha in the Abyss. Alpha... Okay. Squeeze me. I actually am not able to.
Tau, please respond. This is Rowley Herber calling from Omicron. Please respond, Tau.
Unable to connect. Lumar relay out of range.
Yeah, I get it.
Now here's an interesting thing. Just another little nitpick for you. They add up, alright? When I'm looking at this computer screen, the screen, you know, goes staticky and it says little messages. Stop the Tau, stop, or the wow, or whatever. You know, like all this shit that, you know, it's obviously foreshadowing some big twist that's gonna happen. But why does it shake the entire screen and not just the computer screen, and yet it only happens when I'm looking at a computer screen?
Omicron, can you hear us?
Am I missing something there?
Everyone all right? We will be as soon as we make friends with the power suits.
No, I guess it kinda... Nah, it's better visually expressed than I thought it was. Because it did say it here, and then this was more staticky than the rest of it was. So that implies some sort of interference that's going on with you because of the computer. That's fine. Whatever. Not a complaint anymore.
You heard that, right?
Don't worry, we won't forget.
Alright. Heading into radio silence.
None of this shit is important.
Guys. Strasky?
None of
Are you there?
I hear you, Herbie. What's up?
Just wanted to check in.
I have to look, though, because what if it gives me another
I'll
message?
be around for a few days, okay?
Rowley Herber leaving the listening post? Must be important.
It is, Strask. It is.
Okay, then. Stay safe.
Why? Why did I listen to that? What did that tell me? What did any of that tell me? Why do I care? What does any of that do for me? What revelatory information was I given? Would I be missing something if that was just left out of the game? I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
It's important.
What's important? Thought that guy was alive. I'm just complaining. You know, it's just me. I'm just complaining. That's all there is to it. But I think most of these are pretty valid. Right, wrong way. Otherwise, though, I mean, this game is actually getting better. It's getting spookier. Did I check over? Yeah, there's nothing there. Is this the right way? Yeah, okay. I've got the chip.
Need about a vat full of structure gel to tie the body, the cortex chip, and the battery pack together.
Okay. Where do you propose I get that? You are complaining. I am complaining. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. Because there are things to complain about. Oh, I guess this way. No. Oh, that's just the same hallway. I see. You can't do that twice. You can't do that twice. It's not scary the second time. You can't. If you guys played a horror game, how did you guys make Amnesia? And you don't understand, you don't do the same shit twice in the exact same room in the exact same circumstance at the exact same timing. It's not scary. It just makes you think of the time it happened before. You know, the first time spooked me. The second time, it's just like, wait, why? Why'd that happen again? Like, come on, guys. You know how to make horror games? Didn't the guys who made Amnesia also make Penumbra, which are supposed to be amazing? Like, what are you doing? Should I leave? I'm not really sure. Is there anywhere else to go? Listen to me. Yeah, I'm listening.